Okay, so let's just get right into it. AI. Man, it's got to be one of the most divisive things for creatives right now. I mean, depending on who you talk to, it's either the complete end of art as we know it, or it's the greatest tool we've ever been handed. So, which one is it? Is it a threat, or is it a massive opportunity? To try and cut through all that noise, we're going to dig into this source, Ian Anderson's handbook, AI for Creative Production. It's basically designed to give people like us, creatives, a clear, practical way to think about these new tools without totally losing our minds, or, our jobs. And let's be real, the hype is everywhere. You can feel the mix of fear and excitement in pretty much every creative community online. This quote from the book just nails that feeling, doesn't it? It's like this giant tidal wave is coming, and you're just standing there wondering, should I learn to surf, or should I run for the hills?
And this really gets to the heart of the problem for so many of us. We're facing this brand new dilemma. On one hand, we're told AI is going to make us way more efficient, more creative. But then we see it produce work that looks, well, worryingly close to our own, and it does it in seconds. It's definitely confusing.
So that brings us right back to the big question we have to answer. Is this technology here to replace that human touch, that spark of creativity? Or is it just another tool in the toolbox? Like when Photoshop first came out, or a new kind of camera lens. Well, the answer, according to our source, is that it all depends on how you frame it. And this is where things get really, really interesting. Instead of getting stuck in this endless debate about good AI versus bad AI, the book gives us a simple but really powerful framework to make sense of it all. It's a way to actually categorize these tools so you can figure out what works for you. And here it is. This is the crucial point. The whole idea is to use AI to augment what you do, not to replace who you are. Think of it more like a collaborator or the world's most powerful assistant. It's a way to handle all the tedious stuff so you can focus on the parts that actually require a human spark.
And this quote just says it all, really. At the end of the day, a client who values truly unique, thoughtful work isn't going to be happy with some generic thing an AI spit out. The nuance, the storytelling, the personal touch, that's where artists and creators still have the absolute edge.
So how do we actually start using AI to augment our work? Well, first we've got to understand that not all AI is the same thing. The book breaks it all down into 3 distinct categories, which is incredibly helpful for figuring out where these tools can actually fit into your workflow. So let's look at this framework. First up, you have utility AI. This stuff is all about recognition and understanding. Second, there's generative AI. Yep, that's the one that gets all the headlines. The one that creates brand new text, images, and audio. And third, you have automation AI, which is basically AI that does tasks that a human would normally do.
Now, what's so cool about this slide is how practical it makes everything. Utility AI, that's the tool that automatically transcribes your 2-hour interview, saving you a whole day of mind-numbing typing. Automation AI, think of it as your own personal assistant who can sift through 1,000 photos from a shoot and instantly flag all the blurry ones. And generative AI, you could use it to whip up some temporary images for a mood board, helping you brainstorm ideas before the real, human-led creation even begins.
Okay, but let's zoom in on generative AI for a second, because it's the one that feels the most like magic. And honestly, it's where most of the controversy is. How does a machine actually go from a simple line of text to a photorealistic image?
A lot of them use what's called a diffusion model. As you can see here, the process starts with just pure random noise, like TV static. Then, step by step, the model removes that noise, slowly refining the chaos into a coherent picture based on the prompt you gave it. So, it's not really magic, it's just a super complex process of pattern recognition and refinement. So, once we understand the what and the how, the most important question is, what is your role in all of this? How can you, as a creative pro, strategically use these tools to your advantage? This is such a fantastic reality check from the book. Right now, generative AI is great at producing B+ work. It can give you something that's fine, it's decent, and it's fast. But that last 10%, the part that turns something good into something great, the A+ work, that still requires a human artist's eye, their experience, and their taste. That's your value. So, the key is to use AI for what it's truly good at. Use it as your super-powered assistant. Let it handle extending the background of a photo so it fits a new layout. Let it help you write a script to automate some boring design task. Use it to do the heavy lifting, not the creative thinking. And this might be the most vital thing to remember. The creative journey itself is just as important as the final product.
The process, the brainstorming, the experimenting, even the failing, that's what makes you a better artist. If you constantly use AI just to skip straight to a finished product, you're robbing yourself of the very growth that makes your work unique in the first place.
So ultimately, this isn't a passive thing that's just happening to us. The technology is here. It's going to keep evolving. The real question, the one that every creative needs to ask themselves, is an active one. How are you going to use it to augment your skills and create work that only a human can?